All righty. Okay, it is about 7:03. I'm going to call to order a regular meeting of the Brookfield Inland Wetlands Commission. Today is Monday, the 24th of April, 2023. My name is Sharon Fox. I act as chairman of the commission. With me to my right is Mr. Bob Huddeman, who is the commission secretary. Further down, Dr. John Donovan, who is an alternate member. Dr. John Donovan, said that right? Yep. Then to my left, Mr. Michael Neustadt, who is the commission vice chairman, and then further down, Mr. Dave Frankel, who is a regular member. So all five of us will be voting members this evening. Further down, on my left is our recording secretary, Maria Gallimore, and on the far right side is Ms. Rochelle Hadza, who is the Wetlands Enforcement Officer. So we will move on to the Inland Wetlands Officer's report.
Okay, what would you like to discuss?
It doesn't, nothing new on 731, right?
Yeah, I guess we're like 1 day behind, so yeah, I mean, it'll be probably due tomorrow.
Tomorrow, because I got about 2 inches of rain.
Yes,
so.
we had lots of rain.
Yeah.
So that will be interesting.
100 Candlewood Lake Road.
Nothing yet?
Yeah, I would like, I want to make a point. We are waiting, there's 2 things going on with Candlewood Lake report, and they should be considered separate.
I think that's what we did.
Okay. I'm not sure.
I guess you moved it just.
Yeah, that part of it, I think we are waiting for the reports, which is why we kept it up here, but there is another thread, and that other thread is the conditions of approval. Right. So I would ask, again, because I don't want to have them run together.
Yeah, I understand.
We can just add it, we'll just add it right now. I want to add it under old business.
Okay.
And we'll call that, awaiting response for conditions of approval. So we'll add it tonight as an agenda item, and then I would ask, the land use office to keep it there.
Yes.
And keep it up here, because that's the way I see it. There's 2 separate tracks here.
Very good.
Okay? So with that, while I'm thinking about it, I'd like to make a motion then to add to old business. It would be agenda item 4A. It's 100 Candlewood Lake Road, W-20-24, response for conditions of approval.
That would be 3A, I think.
No, 4A, old business. 4A, old business.
Add to it, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we're just gonna add it right now.
yeah, I'll
So I made the
second that.
motion, so Michael seconds it. All those in favor?
Aye.
Okay, so we're gonna keep it in 2 places,
Very good.
okay? Because we want the reports, which we do not have any of, and we wanna understand the conditions of approval. Okey dokey. Enforcement, 35 Merwin Brook Road.
Let's see. Right, still waiting till May 1st.
Yep.
The deadline for that
Oh,
plan
okay.
of, planting plan, or,
Yep, the
remediation of that site.
the remediation, yep, restoration plan, right?
Deerfield Road, I sent a letter to Mr. and Mrs. Eddy, and awaiting a response from them. They have another, 10 days or so.
Okay.
And, let's see, Grace Bridge Road 23. Okay, I guess we have a recent inspection of him, which you should have in your package, is that correct? As I mentioned, he's been sending these to me, weekly.
Look at these. All right, so here we have Great Bridge Road, silt fence was walked end to end, the overall integrity is very, very good, that's good, no signs of breaches, da, 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 da. And it looks like they sent some pictures.
Yeah.
Oh my God, I tell you, there is a lot of junk on that site, concrete and whatever.
That was the old dump site.
Yeah.
They put in the
Super
what is it
7?
called? Super 7?
Yeah.
Bypass or something.
Why not?
They just dumped, the state just dumped all the, broken up, road stuff there.
Okay. Well, so far, everything looks good. Looks like they
Yeah.
put stone up against the silt fence. That's good. And you had
Yeah.
us had them put up, double it up, right?
Yes, it's much
Okay.
better.
Okay, great. And then there's 203 Grace Bridge?
Yeah, so so you may be familiar with this. This is the,
Oh, that's the stone place. The stone-
well, it's not.
Stone
it's
mulch,
not so much
stone mulch,
and stuff.
Grace Bridge, stone and mulch or something.
Yeah, so, from time to time, I receive calls. Some people don't want to say who they are, but we really request that they fill out a form online.
Yeah.
But I know that this has been a place of interest to the town because there's, there's a history of kind of a creeping toward the,
Yeah, there's been 2 or 3 violations there.
yeah.
Yeah.
Right, so, anyway, so I had been wanting to get out there to, I've looked at it from Vale Brook, because you can see it from, especially in the
Mhm.
winter.
Yep.
You really, but, honestly, without a map, it's very hard to see, well, are they or aren't they, where are they going and stuff, so. Anyway, I wrote him, an email, Mr. Southard, an email, the other day, last week. He agreed to meet me on the site, on Friday, I met him on Friday, on the site. Of course, everything looked quite nice and tidy, everything was tidied up. I suspected this is gonna be an ongoing problem. However, he's very responsive, when I was there, I couldn't discern any wetlands violations. I did have him add some, like a berm of trap rock, which we did right away, just because again, it's a site where he's driving all his trucks, like, up and down that thing, and, by and by, there's no specific barrier, like, between where he drives the trucks, which is
Yeah.
actually town property, and the wetlands. So, I had him put some additional trap rock to try to, just, as a kind of warning for people to,
What would you think about like a 8-foot sign or something like that?
yeah, maybe a sign, that might be, that's
Yeah.
an interesting question, an interesting idea, because, surely, and I said to him, I wrote to him, like, he showed me that he'd already done it, which is great.
Yep.
And it was, nice. But, it's gonna, in the middle of these activities and things, and, snow, rain, it's gonna get, probably not gonna be.
Not gonna, that's it, maybe, whether it's a metal sign or it's a post, a couple of posts.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Yeah, a couple of posts, like some old telephone pole-like things,
Yeah.
or a sign or something.
Yeah, I think a sign is a good idea.
Yeah.
Probably right, so they can see that
Do not pass, wetlands, do not pass the sign or something like that.
Right. So, anyway, the first select woman happened to go with me on that site. She wanted to take a look at it too, because, it does border town property, so from her perspective, it was, I'm interested.
Yeah, well, well, that's
And
good, a little
he's
field
actually-
trip, how great is that? Get your
And we
feet
got to
wet.
see- We got to see the cemetery too, the North.
Oh, did ya?
North
Okay.
Cemetery. Well, I've been there before, but
Yeah.
so she was interested in seeing that, of course. North-
That's up back on the hill, isn't it,
That's
towards the,
right.
yeah,
It's up there on the
yeah, you
hill.
can see it now, yeah.
The myrtle looks lovely there. It's perfect, I've never seen more perfect myrtle.
Oh, okay.
But, so, in fact, he wants, he's interested in actually, trying to buy that strip from the town.
Yeah.
And then he was at one point interested in trading a trail, like an easement, to connect from one conservation property to another. That has fallen by the wayside. He sold that property, so but there may be a possibility to do it still. Anyway, that's the situation there. I'm keeping an eye on it because, as I say, it's one of these things that's not ideal, but I will, take your, suggestion.
Yeah.
And we'll see what we can manage to, to do there.
Okay.
To make sure it's really protected.
Okey-doke.
And, where are we, 23, is that it?
I think that's it, that's all that's written. I don't know, I don't have
No, I just
anything
think
else on my mind. Gentlemen, anything on your mind? Okay. Alrighty, well, let's see, so we're gonna go to old business, so again, we have 4A, we added 100 Candlewood Lake Road, and we just wanna make note that we have not received anything from the Brookfield Municipal Building Committee in response to our letter to them. So I'll make a motion to continue 100 Candlewood Lake Road to our next regularly scheduled meeting and add that it continue to be on the old business agenda.
I'll second that.
Okay, Michael seconds that. Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Okay. So also on old business, I want to add another agenda item, if you guys will just bear with me here. I want to add 38 Knoll Crest. It was the activity we talked about 2 weeks ago. It's W-23-13.
Madam Chair, I think it's on there.
Where?
I asked her to put it on there, let's see.
I didn't see it.
I'm so, I asked her, oh my gosh. I
Okay.
don't know, something's been on her mind this week, I guess.
All right. Yeah, I didn't see it.
I asked her specifically to put it on.
Okay, well, that's all right. We're going to put it on right now.
Thank you.
So I'm going to put it on as 4B. It's activity W-23-13. So if somebody can help me out here and second that.
I'll second it.
Michael seconds that. All those in favor?
Aye. Aye.
Okay, the reason I put that on, you may remember, this is a property that, again, I'm not a soil scientist, but when I look at where the wetlands sort of right angle around the yard, you know, I think in the 1960s, they filled that backyard. So we talked about letting them, you know, straighten out their property to a line that which then would have allowed, it's about a 10, 15-foot sort of area.
Blended in, kind of.
Yeah, before it hits the wetlands,
Right,
you know,
right.
so they wouldn't be putting dirt up to the wetlands. And they were gonna, I was thinking, okay, maybe put some, you know, more wetlands bushes in there.
Mhm.
And then, and this is the reason I put it in, I said, I think it should be a no-mow, you know, no pesticide, herbicide area.
Good point.
Well, and I thought about that when, about 4 o'clock the following morning. I think it's good that we'll continue the no pesticides, no herbicides in that area, but I think we're gonna have to let the property owner mow it. I mean, I would probably weed whack it if it was my property, but I think we need to give him the chance to mow it.
So did
It's
we
a-
put a no mow?
Yeah, I
provision
put a
in
no
the
mow in it,
approval?
yeah, and I think that's a little too much. I think we ought to let them mow it, because it's grass right now.
Mhm.
So with the grass is just gonna grow and look kind of funny, so I think we should let them mow it, you know, for the bushes. I think that will be okay, or weed whack it.
Okay. Trying to think, what was the reason for the no mow?
If it was my property,
Yeah.
I would've done no mow.
Yeah.
I wouldn't mow it. I wouldn't do it.
Okay.
That's what I was thinking about when I was
Mhm.
driving over here after looking at the property.
But why would that be? Would mowing in some way put whatever's on the grass in the wetlands?
Well, it does now.
Yeah.
You know, I'm just thinking we should do, maybe it's allow them to weed whack it or something,
Okay.
right?
Well, I'm
you
not,
know.
I'm not arguing
Yeah.
either way, I'm just trying to understand.
Yeah, well, I got,
What-
I said,
You know, we often put a no mow provision in approvals, and it seems to me, in my mind, the reason would be, you know, if you've got grass growing up and you mow it, the grass clippings and such go into the wetlands. and
well, that is one
change-
of the things.
Change, so I always thought that was the reason for it, to keep stuff out of the wetlands.
Well, it is.
Yeah.
So I don't know, you're getting me back to, you know, where I
Yeah.
was 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
So, I don't know, maybe we should, I was just thinking about it, I said
Has
4
he
o'clock.
said anything?
No,
Has
no,
the
no,
owner?
no, no, no,
Yeah,
this
I
was me
didn't-
at 4 o'clock
okay.
in the morning.
Dangerous time.
Yes.
Well, no, maybe that's, your subconscious was working and maybe
Sure it
you
is.
felt that was the
Yeah.
right thing to do.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but I don't know, maybe you're right. I mean, that's why I was thinking it was a no-mow area, because you would be putting the grass clippings right into the wetlands. You know, I'm sure that's what happens now, frankly.
Except the high grasslands to lead to ticks, which are loaded by everybody saying.
Yeah, well, like I said, the property, you know, the house, the home, that road is here, the house is here, the wetlands are here. You know, and when I went out, I said, look, they're gonna have like a line of no disturbance, it's gonna
Yeah.
be that
Yeah,
silt
yeah.
fence right here, and they're gonna fill this in, cause it is kinda low, and I can see why they wanna do it. So this was an area of about 10 feet from here to there, and we talked, I said, look, why don't you just plant some shrubs in there? He says, great, my wife wants to do that anyways. And I said, let's make this the no-mow area. So then I woke up going, I guess that's all right, maybe we should just leave it. Let's just leave it. All right? Let's just leave it as is.
Yeah.
If he has a
leave
problem
to
with it,
the-
he can come back and
Okay.
You
ask
know,
for
even if there's
permission.
no mow area, he's gonna be mowing still nearby, and with Mother Nature and winds and so on, it's
Yeah.
still gonna drift into the wetlands.
Yeah,
Mowing becomes mouse.
yeah, I think. Yeah, because I think the other reason was the no mow, because that would be, I don't think that made that into the motion. No herbicides and pesticides in that no mow area. That did not make it into the motion, I guess I forgot that. So that, all right, we'll leave it as it is. And if you've got some questions, we'll deal with it whenever it happens. So, thank you for that, so we'll.
I hope you don't have another recurrence at 4 in the morning.
I always do, Dave, so.
So I'm sorry, we added it and discussed it?
We added it and discussed it, yep, and we're not gonna make any changes for
Right.
now.
Got it.
Okay, so now
Thank
it can't come off.
Pardon?
It can come off the
Yes.
agenda.
Okay.
All right, so gentlemen, thank you for that. All right, so here we go.
25 Yankee Drive, driveway replacing a culvert.
All right, I'll make a motion then to go to agenda item 5B, 25 Yankee Drive, replacing the culvert. Okay? I have a
Sure.
motion
Why don't we
to,
need a motion for that?
second, yeah, I have a motion to go to agenda, out of order agenda item.
But is it out of order?
Yeah,
Yeah,
yep, because it's B.
Oh, I'm sorry, but why, well, we can do A because A is A is not supposed to be on the agenda. Because it was another mistake by my staff.
All right.
The property owner is not making is not at this time or in any foreseeable future making a warehouse. He has asked for an agent.
All right, so just one second, so let's just help Maria out. So you can say, Maria, again, you can say I made the motion, it wasn't seconded, and then we return to agenda item 5A, which is where we are now. Just helping Maria out.
I'm sorry.
so should it
Maybe
now
we'll
be
just-
deleted?
just-
No, hang on. So you're saying this, and you're saying 5A shouldn't be on the agenda at all,
That is correct, Madam Chair. It's-
All right.
It was put there, for
by
some-
mistake, okay. All right, well.
No, how would you know? Because it was, in fact, it just came to my attention today that
okay.
it was on there. I said that it's supposed to be an agent approval for, regular maintenance, not in the wetlands.
Oh, okay.
I visited the site and spoke with the man. At some point in the future, he may want to consider developing that area, but that's not what's happening right now.
Okay, so the discussion about 5A is that agenda was an agent approval is on the wetlands agenda, by mistake. So we'll take off 5A, and now we will go to 25 Yankee Drive. So I'll get the folder. Maria needs your name, and I think she knows maybe your address to confirm that, please.
Because it's easier to, when it's just one person, it's kind of silly to stand up there
Thank
like
you.
you're. Here you go.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Barbara, B-A-R, B-A-R. Last name is
Now we're back to 25 Yankee Drive.
Okey dokey. So we have 5.63 acres, and you're redoing a drive?
My driveway's been in there, but I had a culvert under it because the wetlands runs all the way down Yankee Drive.
Okay.
And during that storm, 2 falls ago, the sediment between the driveway and the culvert just eroded, and we had a collapse in the center of the drive.
Oh, dear.
And the culvert that he said he's replacing it with, the only thing that's different is he said he's got one that's 25 feet, which is probably a couple feet longer than the previous one.
So
because he
hang on.
wants to make it more stable and it's flat. It's the same exact shape, the same diameter, so it's a, flat top culvert of the same exact diameter, just a little bit longer, and the length was 25 square feet. And he told me he was going to wait
Who-
until it's dry.
who he, your
Frank
contractor?
from FSM.
Okay.
And, he said he's gonna wait until it's dry, and if he needs to divert water at all, he just simply sandbag, it's just a trickle. In the spring it's wet like this, but as soon as we have a couple of hot days in a row, it's a dry bed almost all summer long. But if he has to divert anything, he said he'd sandbag and then just re-route with a hose or something back and trickle it back down on the other side of the driveway until it was done, and the work would take just about 1 day.
Okay, so it's,
It's identical space, it's putting in the same exact place, it's just so that I can drive over it
Okay, I believe you, I'm just trying to I'm just trying to line up what you're saying with what
Gotcha.
is in here.
Yep.
So that's my staring down, not staring at you. Aluminum squash pipe, that's the culvert?
I guess the top's flat, so it prevents the sediment from like sliding off easier.
Okay.
We're,
And so you said it's
talking about
25
right here,
feet, it's
right?
25 feet left to right?
Yeah.
Yes, left to right, yeah, 25 feet just right here, and that, this is a trickle that goes all the way up. They also have a culvert in their driveway.
Oh, okay.
So he's gotta come in and, with an excavator, and saw cut and excavate the removing asphalt from the affected area. Has he told you, does he need to go into the wetlands at all to do this?
Well, the culvert, I assume, is the wetlands. It's sitting in.
Well,
that
to the
little
left or
stream.
right?
Well, it's a stream full of rocks, and basically, like, in the summer, it's not wet at all, because it dries up with the heat, but it's
Yeah.
right now with the rain that we're getting, there's a flow that goes through it, and it goes through the culverts. But it's literally, like, from here to you, and then it's just scooped down with rocks, all the way through it, and plants.
Okay, here's what I wanna, if he's told you, maybe he hasn't. I mean, I can understand you gotta bring in and then Michael, get
No,
your
that's all right.
question.
Go ahead.
He's gotta come in, he gotta, I assume bring the excavator here and dig this out.
Uh-huh.
My question is, has he told you, does he need to go in here?
He's just, the existing part right now is really right under the driveway here.
Yeah.
He's going to remove this. He said he's gonna replace it. And the existing boulders that are there, like looking natural around it, he's
Yeah.
going to replace them. And on the interior, he's gonna bring some of the boulders in so that it looks just like natural, like it looks like the stream running under the driveway.
Okay,
So,
all right. I am thinking, so, you're gonna get this, I mean,
Yeah, I agree.
yeah,
Yeah,
you're gonna
I
get
think
this.
this
Okay,
will-
you're gonna get this.
Oh,
All
thank
right,
you.
so just, I wanna clean that up here. I think it's just a matter, the one thing on my mind is, we might, in the permit is, the work he's gonna do, he's gotta do on your driveway. I think,
he's
I'm
gonna
not.
have to do it from this end, cause you can't
Well,
cross
whatever,
this over at some-
whatever.
yeah.
I think we're gonna have in the permit, I don't want that excavator going off into these areas, driving through there.
I think there's no chance he can drive there. He's gonna
Okay.
say he's gonna probably back up, they're gonna, I don't know what kind of tool he has to lift whatever's out.
Yeah.
And it's gotta be fairly lightweight, it's a corrugated metal type of thing that's
Right.
in here. He'll take that out and put the new one in, and then put whatever, he put layers of different type of, rock or whatever, asphalt over the top, so.
Yeah, well, probably that, and then we're gonna, he's gonna have to be careful and not leave any of that stuff.
What stuff?
Like,
Asphalt.
the stuff, the asphalt that he's
Yeah, it's-
taken out
it is
in
here to
those
be
Yeah,
wetlands,
no,
yeah.
I was gonna say, it's actually all very natural, I'm sure he'll be careful, because the pipe actually extends out further than the driveway.
Okay.
And on top of the pipe is rock, so there's rock, and then the driveway is just on that narrow part.
Load
that you cross
away,
over.
load and haul away asphalt.
Yeah, well, I think we
Excavate and
can,
remove failed.
yeah, I think
pipe.
we can probably add, here's what I'm thinking, and then,
Yeah.
Michael, we can probably add to this little, we'll accept this process, or this construction sequence as a
Mhm.
part of the approval, and we're gonna add to it, saw cut, remove the existing asphalt from affected drive, excavator may not enter, the adjacent
Adjacent wetlands, yeah,
wetlands.
or it has
Okay.
to stay on the driveway.
It's gotta stay on the
something like that.
driveway. I mean, if he's gotta come in, then you gotta tell us about it,
Yeah,
okay?
and I couldn't answer any of those
Yeah.
questions.
Well, you're gonna have
I
to-
would assume he's not gonna have to do anything but lift and then replace, because
Mhm.
it's still all
As
carved
long
out
as he can do
nicely.
it from right here.
From the driveway.
From the
Okay.
driveway, which appears to be the case, but
Right.
it
Now,
might.
the question is also, is he going to go over the culvert and towards your house and then work that way, or is he going to do?
He can't
No,
go
he's-
over, he can't
he
go
can't.
over it, he's gotta
That's-
do it from the street.
Okay,
to the
so
wall.
if it isn't a one-day job, he'll be able to remove the equipment and bring it back if he has to, right?
Yeah, and he texted me today, because he couldn't make this, he said something for his daughter at college, and he said, just tell them this is the procedure they're gonna do, it's a one-day job, basically, to take care of what he needs
As
to
long as
do.
he doesn't think it's easier to just drive.
Uh,
this
famous
way.
last
Yeah,
word.
for diverting water, actually,
Yeah.
I was gonna say, do you want me to read the text to you, or do you wanna, or it just?
No,
it
no, no,
was
we're gonna
basic,
write
right?
it down on
Yeah,
this.
well-
Yeah,
We're gonna write it
famous
down.
last words about one day, if you know what I mean.
I hear you.
know.
What, how do you get to your house now?
I can walk across the driveway, but
Oh,
the
but you
part
can't
that, the part
drive.
that's failed is,
Yeah,
yeah, I was
you-
gonna say, we're parking behind on the shallow part, so.
out here.
Oh, so you can't really, do you have a
I can't
garage?
use it. We have a garage.
And
we
you
have-
can't use it?
No
We have-
Amazon.
No, they're still coming up the driveway, believe it or not, but I've had a boat on a trailer stuck there for all of last summer, so now we're trying to get rid of it this year.
Well, and I think this will improve, because I would guess there's stuff, this is collapsing, there's stuff coming into the wetlands. Yeah.
Probably not, because basically, again, the pipe goes out far enough where it
Yeah.
collapses, the asphalt over the top with some
In the
sediment that
middle,
kind
okay.
of ran down the sides of it. And there's nothing, I was gonna say. I
So the
can't
water
imagine
is still
like-
able to get through?
Oh, the water's going through
Okay.
just perfectly fine,
Okay.
just the water's also going through on top of the pipe, so.
Mhm.
Okay. Well, as long as he doesn't say, oh, it'd be fun to work on this side and just drive this way.
Well,
Yeah,
yeah, she
yeah,
said
no,
the
he's not
topography
going
wouldn't
to.
work with
Yeah.
that because it's probably not level and there are
All right.
probably rocks there.
I don't see any problems.
Straightforward.
I think it's something that has to be done also. You know, it pertains to access to the house.
Yes, we were hoping we didn't need an ambulance this year.
Right, yes, or a fire truck.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's something bigger than,
Michael, did you come up with another stipulation here when you were chit-chatting?
No, because you discussed it as well, that to keep the equipment out of this, on the driveway
Wetlands.
and out of the wetlands.
stay on the driveway, in
Yeah.
other words.
But that seems to be the case.
So we're gonna call it adjacent
Adjacent, yeah, wetlands,
wetlands.
yeah. We understand it is wetlands under the driveway and he has to work on that.
Yeah. Okay. So I just changed your, holy Christ. Get away from me. Stop. I just changed it to say, what we were just talking about here. The excavator will not enter the adjacent wetlands.
Mhm.
Okay.
Okay?
Yep.
And then also, that when he takes all that stuff away, ensure no asphalt falls into the adjacent wetlands. Okay?
That shouldn't be a problem.
All right, so just drop.
Is there
drop your
something there
initials.
you wrote as well, or?
Approximately 25
Oh.
feet, so it
Yeah.
must have been 21 feet
Okay.
before.
Yeah.
Do I date it or just leave it?
You can just put a date on it, that's great. Today's the, what is it? It's the
24th.
24th. Okay, great. So I think I can make the motion, I think we'll
Mhm.
incorporate these
Sure.
and make
Yep.
note that we
Yep.
updated them. All right, so there's two maps here. One looks like the original for 7 Fields. Do you know what this one is? Supplemental
Can I,
plan?
There's
before
something in our property file that was the A2, and somebody mentioned an A2 survey being needed, and then one just
Before you
wasn't
go,
connected to
before you
the
go
law.
on, what's this application, is this part of this application?
There was something that they had us fill out online for a wetlands permit.
Okay,
Yeah, the application.
Okay.
So, yeah.
but in terms of the normal, total acreage we've got, but the total wetlands, same as before, total feet of water course, same, it doesn't tell you how much it is. It's just-
No,
Are you,
is it here,
are you-
Michael?
I'm reading the application.
Yeah,
it
I
just
did
says
see
same
that
as it-
too, yeah.
Was there an earlier application?
No,
And you
this is the
saying-
only application.
So it's the same as what?
Same as when they originally put the driveway in, I imagine
Okay,
they must
so
have had a
you're-
permit when they put it in 31 years ago, and the house was built, or 33.
Yeah,
now, I
that's why I'm
guess.
looking at this map. We may not approve the GIS map because there's no dimensions on it. We may approve one of these bad boys.
Madam Chair, I don't think you can approve it tonight anyway.
No, but I'm trying
Yeah,
to
that's-
understand. know
I had a
that's true.
question
No, I
about that.
can't,
It
but I
wouldn't be
wanna make
till our
sure
next
while
meeting.
she's here to get the right map,
Yeah.
yeah. Because this is just the lot, plan for Seven Fields. Now, what is this? That is very, very hard to read.
This isn't a homeowners association or anything like that, is it?
It was an A2 survey map that I had in big form, and they made a copy of it in the office for me, and I wished I had brought one along. I'd be happy to drop off
Can you-
another if you need me to do that.
Help me here. Is your home in this culvert on this map?
Let me take a peek. This is Yankee Drive. Yes. Right, so this is my home right here.
Okay.
Okay. and
Is
then
the culvert
driveway
on here?
comes- Well, am I looking at this correctly in
I don't know.
respect that this is Yankee Drive, this is my home, my
Yeah.
driveway comes out of this part and makes the connection here, so, no, but the stream is, and you can see the flow of it here, but that's what it goes over across, so.
Okay, so this is not, the culvert is not on this map.
Doesn't appear to be.
Okay. All right, because now I'm with, if we had that on this map, we could have just approved it as a, we
What
would
am
have
I
had the
looking
dimensions.
at here that doesn't look natural? That appears to be the driveway, is that not it? I'm not
I don't
sure.
see a driveway.
Okay, what
I
is
see
it?
something crossing the stream, but I don't see a driveway.
Okay.
So this is, yeah, I see something there, but I don't know, it's so light, I can't even begin to understand it.
Okay,
So this is not so helpful.
okay, and I'm gonna take, before you put that in there, one more.
You
make
can't
sure-
take it, yeah,
Oh, no,
you-
no, I'm just gonna take a peek and see if this was the same one that I had, this is 86, okay.
Okay.
This is the house I believe was built in 91, so that might have been a proposed subdivision one.
That's what it looks like to
Okay.
me.
These were all individual homes, right? It
All right,
was
so we
a-
do have this
Individual
one.
homes, yeah.
So I
Yeah.
think we need to get some dimensions on this.
Yeah.
I agree
and
with you.
Just, I mean, I understand, same as before, you're saying
But-
you're not changing it.
But we
when
don't
it's
have it
done.
before.
Yeah, but that's before, we don't have that before. And also, there will be some
You guys don't
disturb.
carry, when somebody built these houses, there's nothing on file with you guys. I know in bigger towns, they had like, surveys of the properties and everything from the time that they were built.
Well, they
There
do
should
have
be.
the time to build, but they don't have the price, they don't have the wetlands like in the rock.
I don't know.
There
There-
should be one on file from like 1991.
When the house was built.
When the house was
Oh, yeah,
built.
sure.
And if I look that up, where would I go to look that up here?
Over across the hall.
Right over here. Okay.
Yeah.
Now,
But we'll see, Michael's,
Go ahead.
you go, because I think Michael's got an idea that can save you from that, so.
well, I
But you're
mean-
not out of the woods.
Yeah. In other words, what we're asking for in the application, disturb linear feet of water course. During the construction, you're gonna disturb
25 feet.
25 feet, so that would be the answer here.
That's the answer.
Okay.
Yeah.
You got it.
The total linear feet of the water course is how long it is entirely on your property. An estimate is fine.
Gee, and
Yeah.
that would show you right there,
Okay.
because I don't know how many acres are facing, I mean, without going out and pacing it off, it's an L-shaped property, and it's
Yeah.
quite long. It's from mine down, one utility box down to the next.
But we're
utility
talking about
here's-
just the stream that goes under.
Yeah,
The
here's,
stream goes all the way through, all the way down parallel to the road, Yankee Drive.
But how much of it is on your property?
All of it is.
Oh, okay.
the Same, I've got.
Well,
got-
it's
Okay.
part of an overall
let me
stream.
try
Okay.
here, let me try. Here's the application. Any of this look familiar?
Yes,
Good. You get to update this. You can call
Okay.
the land use office
okay,
tomorrow,
all right.
okay, and they can help you update this. What we need is for you to say, replace existing culvert, Perrin, 4 feet wide, 25 feet long, or whatever.
Okay.
Okay, put a dimension in there, please.
Okay.
Okay, so, because now we'll have, otherwise, we gotta go, who knows, where,
Okay.
it probably is back there, but who knows? So we
Okay.
just need a dimension, replace culvert, replace culvert, Perrin, whatever the number is, 4 by 25-ish, sound
Okay.
about right?
Sounds about right.
Okay, and Perrin under the driveway, and then this, and rather than say same as before, it'll be
Yeah.
25 by 4, it'll be 100 square feet,
Okay.
okay?
All right.
So as Mr. Newstead said, we just need a number here, we can't just
Gotcha.
say same as before, which refers
Okay.
to, we don't even know what the before is.
Gotcha.
Got me?
Yeah.
All right. and actually, I think probably the wetlands is probably 0, because it's the water course she's disturbing.
Mhm.
So actually, this disturbed wetlands area, it's not gonna be same as before, it's going to be 0, and this one is gonna be 4 by 25, 100, okay?
Okay, total area of wetland property is 2,500, and then the linear feet is 25?
Yeah, yeah,
Okay.
this is fine, we don't need same as before, that's okay. It's
Okay.
these two disturbed
Yeah,
things, we need a number, not words.
okay.
So
And
this
I
is-
just go back into the system and put in, you're
Yep.
saying that 25 feet is fine for linear, and then 10 by 10 feet?
Yeah, 4
across
feet,
or
so,
whatever?
so the water course, is, is 20, it's 25 feet long, because
Mhm.
that's the
Yeah,
water
and then
course, so there's
this-
25 feet. And then this is 25 by
diameter of the
4,
pipe,
yeah, well, not the diameter, just the width of it.
I'm sorry. Right.
Yeah, so the width times, or the length times the width, however you wanna do it, it's 4 times,
25,
25, which is 100 square feet,
all right,
okay?
easy enough.
Would you want to reconfirm that it's 25 feet across
It is
while you're
25
feet
feet across.
You definitely.
That
Yes, because
seems
my
to be
concern was
also
I didn't
in-
want it any longer than the last time, because I don't want to see
No,
the
you
pipe
just
jutting
wanted-
out on either side of the driveway, because
Right,
you've got
yeah,
rocks
yeah,
and plants
yeah.
on top of the pipe right
It
now. and I
also
didn't
is
want it
in the
extended.
proposal,
What's that?
the 25 feet.
Yeah, no,
says
it seemed to be
approximately,
sort of, no, okay, no,
Yeah.
it's definitive, so
Yeah.
that's fine.
Yeah, it's not a problem, it just helps us if we know.
Yeah, we
what the
just
numbers
have to
are.
know
Right.
how wide the culvert
Yeah.
area being worked on is.
Right,
Same
'cause-
as before would be fine if we had the before map here.
Okay.
Right.
And
With
I'll
that-
go
with
punch in
numbers.
that in the morning.
Yeah, I don't think you need to do that, it probably is there. There
Okay.
probably is, there probably was an A2 survey to get the CO for the property back in 1991, so that is probably in the archives,
Okay.
30 some odd years ago. That's probably there, but you don't need that.
Okay.
I think if
It's
you
those
just,
two things and
yeah,
resubmit it.
those 2 things, fix those. We'll be here in 2 weeks. As the wetlands enforcement officer was, we were chirping a few minutes ago. The state doesn't allow us to approve these the first night of new business.
That's fine.
Yeah. So it'll be on the agenda for our
May
next
8th.
meeting in May.
All right.
And like I said, conceptually, there's not gonna be any problems. We just gotta get the documentation right, because
Right.
eventually you're gonna get an inspection. And she's gonna come out and she's gonna say, with a measuring tape, she's gonna go 4 by 25, and we don't want any problems.
All right.
Okay.
Sounds good.
All righty?
All right.
She gets down to the quarter inches,
Yeah, right, correct. She has a very, very
Bring your
precise
meters.
measure. So someone wanna make a motion to continue this, please?
Sure, I'll make a motion to continue, but I have to find my notes here. This was 25 Yankee Drive, item number W-23-16, to our next regularly scheduled meeting.
I second that.
Bob seconds that. Any discussion on the motion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye,
Aye.
motion carries unanimous.
Hold on.
All right, you're welcome to come, in 2 weeks,
All right.
but you don't have to,
All right.
as long as you get your homework done.
All right. Thank you.
Okay?
Thank you.
All right.
Okay,
Thanks very much.
Okey doke. I do not have any other new business.
Correct.
Good,
Light.
good. Other business proper, again, we've got the wetlands, 2 public hearings on 2 dates, one in May, one in June. We'll just leave that there, that's good. No correspondence. Review of the previous minutes. I took a look at them. I didn't see anything that popped up. Although I do have like a general comment, Rochelle, interested in your opinion here. It is crucial, right, when you do motions, right, for both for and against, to, state the rationale. It's more important for the against than it is for the for. And so we've been a little lax on that, with the fors. I think we're very good when we deny them, which is very rare, to say the reasons why. But for the fors, I think, again, probably being sloppy, some of the previous minutes would talk about some of the reasons. And I think Maria, maybe with a little bit more experience, I think can pick up some of the reasons that we discussed, so that when we do have, a motion, again, either, we can say because of, and and identify them, but a little bit of the discussion, I think, could be helpful.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not seeing a lot of that here, but I think that's just, for lack of experience, and plus, we go fast and sometimes we talk over each other.
So are you saying, you'd like to see more of
A
the
li-
issues discussed?
Yeah, like for,
Yes.
just to pick one, like No Crest Drive,
Mhm.
just to pick up
Right.
one, what might have been, and again, there's no
I know,
absolutes
right,
here.
isn't that right?
It might have been Chairman Fox did make a site visit, we
Okay.
noted that the wetlands, encompasses, the south, east and west side of the, of the property. The soil was wet there, and she discussed that there is a depression in the yard that does, from a safety standpoint, need to be filled.
Mhm.
I might have seen something like that,
Mhm.
just to support kind of what we did.
Okay.
I'm trying to remember, like for Junction Road. Something like, there are, just to restate, there are no disturbed, wetlands, in the plan. There are a number of trees that are being removed, in the upland review area, and the applicant is replacing some that are or something, because remember we sort of in the gaps, or just something, maybe one or two words
Right.
that are useful.
Mhm.
Again, if someone went back and said, why did they do that?
Yeah, and of course, I
You know?
agree. We will look at some examples from when Allison was doing them, and
Yeah.
that will help to give a model for.
Yeah, and again, Maria, this is just experience, right? Because I know a lot of these words are like, what are they, holy moly, and we're not always as whatever. And maybe, I said, until you get more familiar with our muddled conversations, maybe picking up, maybe we can be a little bit more active. When we do approve something, here's the reasons why, to maybe help Maria. So maybe something we can do there.
Very good.
All right,
Thank you.
but other than that, I'd make a motion to approve the minutes of April 10th, 2023.
I'll second that.
Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion
I
carries
abstained. I
unanimous.
abstained, I was near last time.
What's that?
I was absent last time.
He's
Oh.
abstaining.
All right, so the motion carries 4-0 to 1. Thanks, John. I missed that. Okay, informal discussion. Maria, you got anything for us? Nothing from you? All right, then I will entertain a motion to adjourn.
I'll second that.
You don't want to do that Beaver Dam thing now, as long as we're not busy?
No, it's a public hearing.
Okay.
That's
Yeah,
already
so
been
we can-
scheduled, so. All right, so Bob made a motion to adjourn.
I'll second it.
Michael seconds that. All those in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries. We are adjourned.
That's a record.
Very nice.
Turn off your mics.